Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Boulder Canyon. So we've got a pile of logs right here that we want to shift up to the mill, and we've got another pile of logs over here that we want to shift up to the mill. And then once we've done that, we'll have to cut down a few more trees and do a little bit more of that. But at the moment, it does seem to be working rather well. We've got this wonderful new tractor, we've got this wonderful new log drag and stuff, and it all seems to be working quite beautifully. It's got to be said. And, you know, we got $6 grand on our last little trip, which I think is not too shabby, really. You know, all things considered, I'd say that was a pretty reasonable amount. So I'm going to put that one to there, and I'm going to select that one. We're going to drop down to there like that. And then, oh no, what we got to do, you got to turn it on. There. And then we can start going through. Right. So, my weekly question this week is, what would you like me to do regarding our universal sell point? Several people have said that they don't think that I should just go and spend $100,000 doing up a universal sell point if there is no actual benefit to spending the $100,000. So I should do something slightly different about it. And the suggestion was, right here on the placeable mod that we've got for the universal sell point, is we can choose to have a standard selling price at 100% for 10 grand, or the 150 for 15. But what the suggestion by a number of people was go for that sell point just as it is, or if we're going to spend 100,000, use the 150%, you know, so it kind of represents we're building some structures around it, and then we're saving, the products are being held until the market prices are really good, and then we get a good price for them. So it does, it kind of reflects that we would be gaining a better price. So we would use the 150%. So my question for you today is, do we spend $10,000 on the basic universal selling station, or do we spend $100,000 on the 150% universal selling station? It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. And of course, if you really hate these options and you think that we should be spending $100,000 on the basic one, then make sure you get into the comment section and let everybody know, because all opinions are valid as far as I'm concerned. There is no wrong opinion, right? Everybody's entitled to an opinion. You can have any opinion you like. I may not necessarily agree with your opinion, and I may not necessarily like your opinion, but that doesn't stop you from being able to have it. It doesn't stop you from being able to voice it. Certainly not on this channel. Just because I don't necessarily agree with everything that people say doesn't mean I'm going to stop them from saying it. I promise you that. Absolutely promise you that. Right, that one is hooked up. This one over here isn't, so I'm going to hook it up on that side, just to make it a bit easier. Right, there. And the rest of them are already hooked. So I'll drag that round. We've got one really long log right there, which I think is going to ultimately end up being too long. Well, it won't be too long. Right, so we've got those on a load of chains. Now, I could go and change the way that I've done this, and I could, like, go back and make that a bit shorter. I'm not going to, though. I'm just going to drag it up like this with our brand new, well, not brand new, it's a second-hand one. It is a second-hand machine, but it's new to us. Brand new to us. Right, I think I'm going to lower that back down again. The way that's going, I think I should push it back a bit like that. There. Lower that down. And push that. No. Alright, I'll stop there a minute. And I'll go Shift B, and that will undo all the ropes. There. And then I'm going to come off, and I am going to cut this one in half, because, I don't know, it seems like it's going to be too long. You don't have a... Okay, I'm not going to do that then. I'm going to just do it like this. So we go B onto there, and onto there, and onto that one. And they all go from that first point right there. So So every single one of these chains is from that first point right there, and just drags them all back through. There, everything's all on. Excellent. Okay, now I can lift that one up. And you know what? I'm going to drag that in a little bit, but I'm not going to do it too much because it seems to like dancing around a bit too much. So we'll just do it like that. That's fine. I know it's not perfect. I know we should really have that a bit shorter than it is right there. Because you would hook the chains around that hook on there, I think, is how you'd do it. But I think that this is acceptable. I do think that for now, we can class this as perfectly acceptable and legitimate. We'll take this one up. We had $6,000 from the last time we took a run up through here, which I was genuinely amazed at. I did not think that we were going to be making $6,000 in one trip. I do like I mean, yes, this vehicle is excessively noisy, and it's probably going to really irritate me. I remember this tractor being rather noisy when I used to use it anyway, which was one of the other little details about it that I didn't particularly like. And yeah, that was a minor detail, though. On the grand scheme of things, the fact that it was noisy was minor, right? I just didn't like the thing, full stop. And so we had 6,000. We will get, I'm hoping, another 6,000 here. We've got more stuff coming in. But I think that we're going to regret that this thing is so noisy. I think that we will want something that's not quite so noisy in the future. It's not really going to be an option, though. Right now, we're looking at earning in the region of $35,000 so that we can get the log autoloader. That's got to be our next task. We need the log autoloader. So there we go. We come all the way up there like that, and Shift B to remove all of that off of there. Are we going to get another 6,000? This $7,000. That'll be why he grunted so much to get up there. It's still really loud and noisy, even though he's not pulling now. Which is a bit of a shame. That's better. Yeah. We don't want it pulling too hard. If it's not pulling too hard, it's not too bad. But when he's working, when he's under strain in the field, definitely gets a bit louder, and that's not brilliant. We go up and then we get our next load. So we're up to $13,000. If we get $7,000 for this lot up here, it's going to be fantastic. Another $7,000 for this up here. Right, we'll go from this end up here like this, and I'm going to bring it out round sort of like that. Forward a bit. Yeah, we'll go from this kind of angle, I think. Back you up a bit. Back you up a bit more. We'll set you there. We'll lower you down. We'll turn you back on again. And then we can go right. So that one there is going to be our first one. It's going to be our primary log. And then I need to just move around to each of them like this. And whip a chain on. There, like that. And there is a chain on each of them. That's it. That's what we're going to do. Right. I'll haul that in a bit. There we go. Like that. Release the rope. Press X. Detach all. If I release the rope, I'll have to go... We'll have a look at pressing X at the top. Turn off, lift... I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with it. I don't think I am. Release rope. I don't think I should be releasing the rope. Right, that's dragging a lot easier than the other lot did. Let's go up this way. It's dragging a lot easier than the other lot did. Might be because I've also got them like a little bit tidier this time. Another thing that we're going to want is the stump grinder. We're definitely going to need to get a stump grinder here. I am seriously considering not getting the base game stump grinder, but instead getting the, you know, the other one, the, oh, what's it called? The Brux chipper. Get the Brux chipper instead. Several people have said they'd be quite happy with me using the Brux chipper and chipping stuff up, provided I cut things down first. So, you know, you'd be happy with that. It is a bit of a shortcut using it as a chipper. Certainly using it as a stump grinder is really good because it works really well as a stump grinder. It's probably a better stump grinder option than the base game one, which is a lot better. This is a really noisy tractor, isn't it? This thing's going to really start to irritate me. I might even look in the XML file and see if I can figure out how to nudge down that noise just a bit. Okay, if I press X, release rope. Ah, I see, right. And then I press Z, and that hauls the rope back in. So releasing the rope just makes it go there, and you can back the rope up a bit. Just makes it allows you to pull it away, and you can move around to different areas. I press B, I turn the winch off completely, which I don't want to do. Left shift B, that undoes everything. That detaches all. Turn on, lower, honk. And if I come out here, it doesn't do any. I'm pretty sure it used to have like a different kind of thing available on it as well, didn't it? Oh, unmount trailer hook. Yeah, so why would you unmount the trailer hook and put it up there? Is that just... I'm not quite sure about that bit either. I don't know. I don't understand fully everything that works with it, but, I mean, it is pretty good. Anyway, ignore that, and we go to there, we sell... That was only 4,500 for that lot. We didn't do very well at all, so now we want to go and cut down some more trees. We'll probably cut down 5 or 6 different trees. Maybe more than that. We want to cut down a patch of them, I think. So that we can chop up the next bit. We've got 18,000 in the kitty. We want another... I'm not going to bother with that. It's only like $400 for one of those. If that. I don't think it's even that. So we're looking at another... How much did I say? $35,000 we want in total. I think it's about 35. Yeah. 35, maybe 36. Right, let's turn you off. Yeah, blissful silence for a minute. And I'm going to take that one out. There. Chop you down. And then I'll probably do what I was doing, which is chop the tops off the trees and put those into a heap. But the more I think about it, the more I think that that's probably not really worth bothering with at all. We should just leave the tops where they are and carry right on. Just chop the trees into slightly bigger... It's those there every time. They never fall over. All the other trees fall over, but those don't. Very frustrating, that is. See, those fall over straight away, but these up here, these don't. These stay standing, and it's annoying. Chop you down. And there, he doesn't fall over. Like he's glued to the ground or something. And he shouldn't be. Right, take that one down as well. That one probably will fall over. Yeah. It's a set height on those ones that it does it. Take that one down. So I'm going up close to the great big boulder that we've got here. Yeah, that's alright. We can work around the boulder. And I won't be going too close to the boulder when... Look. There. Oh. Still didn't fall over. It slid sideways and the thing still didn't fall over. What's wrong with it here? I will chop the top off of one of the trees. That one did exactly the same. Right, so we've got magic trees at the moment. I thought magic... Yeah, that one's already cut. I thought magic trees were a like an air freshener. That's an air freshener that you hang in your car, right? We don't want magic trees floating around up here in the wilderness. Chop that huge great. That is a big old tree. That one is, and then we've got a load of little ones over here. Now I'm wondering if I've cut those other logs a bit too short. Okay, that one didn't fall over. This one here will hopefully fall over. I've still got to trim all of these trees off. If we don't trim them off, we'll lose a huge amount of money. Definitely want to take the time to go and do that. And I'll chop you down. Right there. And then I got that one right there that I also want to cut down. There. Right. So, I would say now we'll go through and make sure that we've cut them all. Yeah, I'll just trim all the branches off. All of these trees. This may take a minute or two. Shouldn't take too long, though. There, there's one. I'll start from the base of every tree and we'll work our way up. It'll be best, I think. Seems to cut them cleaner if we work from the base. So I'll go up through there. Like that. And there we go. All the way through there like that. Right, and then back down this way. And right, see, yeah, when you go the other way, it doesn't always, like, it doesn't work properly. Like, it doesn't strip the branches off, but if you go this way, it strips the branches off. There's something I've noticed about it. You've also got to get the angle of the chainsaw just right in order for it to work. That sort of goes without saying, I suppose. Then get that bit up through to there. So there's another one done. Now I'm not going to take too much off the tip, but I am going to take one of them, just like that, which I will use as a push. And right, I don't want to push that one. I've got, no, not you, but that one there is one that needs to be pushed. See? Then that one wants to be pushed. And then I got another two over here, I think, that we need to push. That one and that one need to be pushed. Right. Lots and lots of trees all pushed over. So what I'll also do is, if I can, I'll try and put that one. Well, I'll leave it there. I might remember that it's there, I might not. You never know. And now we can come down through and we can cut these up. So I'm not going to worry too much about taking lots of time out to tidy up where the winch is, where like the chains and everything are on the winch. We kind of know how to do those realistically, but right now our main aim is to start moving things along a little bit so that we can start working on some stuff other than forestry tasks. We can mess around with the winch and get things a lot more accurate and realistic with it in the future. That's absolutely fine, and I fully intend to. But right now, we kind of don't need to worry about it at all. There's just that one tree over there that we're going to need to do something with in a minute. I'll just chop up through this one. It's a great big old tree, this one is. Now, in theory, we should be able to cut every tree into either half or into 3 pieces. Don't think we need to cut any tree into 4 pieces. With that being said, some of these are really, really long trees. Like, they're really tall. So I am wondering if cutting into 4 is a better option. I mean, it takes longer, and then you've got more that you've got to drag around. So it's sort of, yeah. There is a bit of debate about this, I feel. Certainly, there's a bit of debate going on in my own head. To do that much. But I get a lot of debate going on in my own head for all kinds of things, so that's nothing particularly new. That's familiar territory for anybody that knows me as well. Oh, I already cleaned that one. Alright, well, if I've already cleaned that one, let's go and clean the next one. We've got one right there that we can go through. Take that all the way down through there, and... oh, don't cut that. There, and then straight on to the next one. Take that up through. Look at this. It's looking a lot better already. I've got most of this now tidied up. I come up there, I've got that one tree there. And next up, we're going to want to cut a load of these in half. So then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the winch. And I'm going to grab as many logs as I possibly can. And then chop them all up. Now, that tree over there. Did I cut that tree down or not? Let's have a look. I did. Okay, so I'll just grab my poking branch over here. That one. And I'll push that one over. Oh, there's another one that I still need to cut. Right. You are down on the ground. I'll put the poking branch next to the big rock. So remember where the poking branch... Don't forget where the poking branch is. Alright, I'm counting on you all to remember. And then I can go to right there and chop that one all the way up through. There, every single little bit. See, that there, that's almost like right for just one as he is, but I still think it would be better being cut in half. And then you got these long bits, so instead I'm going to make that quite a bit longer on the top end. I think the top end would be better being longer than the bottom end. But in theory, you should be able to cut them into 3, but that seems a bit long. Right, that piece that I've just cut there, that seems a bit long. And I got one there, that one wants to go in half. Cutting that one in half, I better pick that one up. Alright, and I'll go right there. There. I chopped the tip off the one that was right beside it just then. I didn't mean to, but I still did it. Take you right there. So it's going to be a little bit messy with the dragging of these. We're going to have long chains going out from them, which is not kind of... That's not a realistic way of doing it, but I still think it'll be alright. I'm still happy to do it like that. Right, now you. I can pick that one up. Can I pick this one up? I can. Right, well, if I can pick some of them up, I can move them down a little bit closer, which will help a bit. That's the slightly smaller ones that we cut in half, like that. You... Right, I can't pick you up. I can't pick that half up either. Alright, well, let's just ignore that then, and I'll chop you down. And then we've got these over here. I've got a whole load of these over here, so I've got... That's a big piece of timber there. Some of these trees, these are absolutely huge. Right? These are absolutely massive. The timber runner, once we get that one's... It is capable of, like, picking up... so what was the overall thing is, like, 10, 12... It's, like, 12 meters long, I think. So if we've got a 12-meter log, we'll be able to pick up 12-meter logs without any problem. And some of these are, in fact, 12-meter logs. Okay, that one... I'll just nudge that up a bit there, like that. And... You are actually wanting to be cut in half. That one there. So I think these being 12, they'll be alright. That one there I already cut. And then this one, that one's already cut. This one is not cut. I'll do that one there. And then now we've got these. So that's one got to go in half. Like that. And then that one there, that's a really long one. So I want to bring that one there. And then I want to cut the remaining bit in half again. And I come all the way down here to about that point, I think. And chop you. Right, is that right? I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's all of them except for this one errant tree that was kind of out on its own all the way down the bottom here. This one I might just drag back up into the rest of the gang. And so you can just go and join the rest of the... Go and join the fold up there. Take you through there, and then one more cut. Ooh, I'd say about there. Right. This should now allow us to go and drag a huge number of logs back up to the sawmill. How many we can drag, I don't really know. One thing that I have noticed with the mod, with this winch thing... Right, if I go and grab them from... I'm going to take them from over here first, right? I'm going to swing it round like that. And then I'm going to back it up here. And go all the way in. And I'm going to stop right there. Like that. Okay? Oops. Wait. Turn that one on. So that one's on there. So then I go... that one on, and it goes to each one, but if you look, I got 14 meters of chain remaining. That's the chain remain. Is that like for each one or what? I'm not quite sure. There. Object. Oh no, that's not too heavy at all. Right, put those two round there. And then one on there and one on there. So they are quite loose on there, but they'll be alright. And then I can put one onto there. So I've got chains around each of those. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive forward. Now, a little bit messy, pulling those out like that, isn't it? But that's okay. I can cope with that. And then I will come over to here. I've got a chain onto there. Now that's a long way back, that one is, back there. Which is possibly not ideal. That's already got one on. This one here doesn't. Put one on there. That one does. That one does. It's that bit up there that doesn't. Right, all of these I've got so many chains here. That one's already attached. That one up there is now attached. And I know what I'll do. I'll take that one off. And I'll come over to... Where's... there it is. Right. I'll put one on there and one on there. It should be both sides. Okay, now let's have a look. Yep. That works perfectly. So I'll haul that in like that. I know I'm supposed to put this down on the ground. I'm supposed to do this much more properly than I am. But I'm comfortable with how I'm doing this. Comfortable with my completely non-realistic way of doing this at the moment. I've got a log right there that is not dragging properly at all. I'm also getting hung up on stumps, other things. Now I'm not. I got one. See, look, I've there. It's trying to turn them round so that it pulls them correctly. There we go. We straightened them all out. Right. Turn off. Lower the log. No, I don't want to lower it. So I did leave like a couple behind, but my goodness me, that is making it struggle. Let's zoom out a little bit. That is seriously making it struggle. Look at it. That's fantastic. That is going to be a lot of money right there. Yes, I know it's not perfect. We shouldn't really be doing it. Well, I don't think we should be doing it like this because, I mean, the chains are okay. But what we should be doing is we should be gathering all the logs up together and probably not pulling quite so many as this. But the prime comment at the moment, the prime feedback I'm getting at the moment with this series is we've done a lot of logging and it's time to move things along a little bit. It's starting to get just a little bit tedious. And I do agree with you. We've done this for long enough. So we're going to be stepping things... We're stepping things up again. This is part of the reason I'm doing it like this. We're going for as much as we possibly can. We've got a 105 horsepower tractor right here. So it's got some pulling power on it. I mean, yes, admittedly, my experience with this air-cooled tractor right here is that it couldn't pull Granny off a pot, but, well, it may not be... Granny may have more staying power than these logs, because, quite frankly, it's reasonably impressive. It's got to be said. That is a lot of timber right there, and what it's doing right now is reasonably impressive. Keep going. Just don't get hung up on that corner. I'm a little bit concerned. Nope, it's not going to get hung up on the corner. If I stopped pressing the forward button and cancelling, that would be a lot better. Yeah. Drag up. Now we've got to get up this hill. That is struggling up through there. It is struggling up through there. So our best price so far has been $7,000 worth of timber. We've had a $4,000 and we've had a $6,000. So what are we going to get for this little lot right here? I'm guessing this is going to be close to the $7,000 that we had last time. Not last time, the time before. End of last episode, wasn't it? I'm guessing that's kind of the region that we're looking at. Unfortunately, the ones at the back there are way out of range. I don't think we're going to sell all of these. I don't think they're all reaching into the sell point. I'm going to unhitch them all. And I'm going to go like that. Kablamo, $7,500. Plus I got 2 back there that weren't into the sell point at all. So I'm just going to spin round a minute and it'll be quick. You know, I could have just left that right there and I could have just done boom, boom. Like that. And then I could go Shift, Z, drag them in like that. Shift B and then take off the thing. And then run over here and sell those for another 900s. $8,500 we had for that. If we get another such a load, 26,000, we now have enough money to buy the autoload trailer. We need another $9,000 to be able to get the dolly. So the rest of the timber that we've now got on the ground will more than cover everything else that we want. In theory. Turn that one off a minute. In theory, the rest of it should cover everything else that we want to buy and do stuff with. Right. Bring you to there. Like that. First things first. Let me turn that one back on. And I'll go out to here. And I'll put that onto there. Like that. And then I will go forward a bit. And yeah, we're gonna. I'm gonna go round, and I'm gonna sort of gather up a couple of these, sort of like this. There, I get you, right, and I'll put you on. I'm gonna leave the rope out, dragging behind us like that at the moment because it's going to just make it a little bit easier for us to gather stuff up. Stop right there. It's also going to keep that chain short, which will ultimately end up being a more realistic approach, I think. I'll put you onto there like that, and then I'll come down this way towards these 2 logs over here. This time I'm going to haul that one in a bit. There, like that. And the chain onto there. Put a chain onto there. Right, now what I will do is I'll press X. And I'll move that chain out again. And then I will press Z. And start hauling those in. And sort of put them together like that. I'm liking this mod. I am. I'm really liking this mod. I know, I loved it last time. I genuinely loved this mod last time I used it, and nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing has changed. So let's drag that back in here a little bit. You know, we will lower it down. We will at least do that. Drag you back up like that. There. I don't go too tight on it. Okay, now. Have I cut this one up? I think I have. Let me put one on there and one on there. Oh, I have cut it up. I've got it right there. So I'll go one on that side and I'll go one on that side. And I'll leave... Oh, no. There's the other join. I can go onto there. So I can see it on there. I can see it further up. So I'll take that join on there. Now, where is the join on here? There it is. I can take... one onto there and one onto there. And then over here. There and there like that. Right. That's rather a long way that I'm dragging some of that timber. Probably don't want to do it quite that far. So I'll move it like this. We'll see how these sort of splay out. I'm going to press X a minute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. Come down here. There. And then I'm going to start hauling that out. Hauling that back in. So move these round a little bit. Some of them are moving. Yeah, some of them are a bit too far away. So I'll stop that a second. And we'll now take a look. And we'll reassess for some of this. That one there. I'm going to reassess. That one is going to stay on there. That one I'm going to take off. That was not allowing me to remove it. I think the chain has gone too far away. Oh, no, there. Right. That little one on there, though, I'm going to leave that one because it's only a little small log. I've accidentally cut that one twice. Right. Now I'll haul all of these through. Shift. Yeah, see, I just got that little tiny bit of timber on there on one of them. Okay, I'll go to there, and I'll lift this one up. That's now dragging it round kind of the direction that I want it to go. They're all trailing behind me, which is good. I thought that signpost would have fallen off. I did. I thought that was like a detachable one. That is... that is a lot of timber on there. That is a huge amount of timber that we've got on there. I'm hoping that this one load will be enough. It might not be. We may have to go back and get one more load. But in our next episode, we will be driving back to the shop and we will be getting the auto load timber runner. And we will be doing some auto loading. I will load a few of the logs in by hand. Well, not by hand. I will manually load a few of them in using this one right here. But I'm not going to be loading very many of them. Right, now is not the time to be messing around with more forestry stuff than we absolutely have to. Well, this is a slow process. This right here is a very slow process, but it's a process that's working. It's definitely a process that's working, and this is moving along considerably faster than we've moved along in our previous episodes. So I also feel that this is a big bonus. I feel that we've made some decent progress. This is where I get hung up on... Nope, we're not getting hung up. It's going to let me keep going. One round the corner like that. It's going to slow it down again a little bit. Look at that great big long chain that we've got on there at the moment. Certainly struggling with it. All 100... I think it's 107 horsepower, isn't it? All 107 horses are really grunting now. Our little tiny Massey 35, well, IMT, I don't think that would be... I don't think it's got the horsepower to run it at all. Now, let's not drive into the wall. Let's also hope that the yeah, it will get round that corner. It's got to drag round the corner a bit, but it's still doing it. It's getting round that corner. Up the top, up the hill. Look at it go. Yes! Oh, this is so pleasing to me. Look at him go. Look at him go with all of that timber in behind. That is just insane. Seriously, there's a huge amount of timber that we've got right there. I don't want to turn too sharp right there. I'm going to get hooked up on the corner. I'm not going to be able to pull out properly. There, I want to come in across this way. I don't want it to slide out the wrong direction too far. There, I want to get to... I think it's about there. I suspect some of these... Because we know that the sell point doesn't quite line up straight. Bit of a shame. That lined up straight. $8,758. $35,000. Wait just a minute. Let's have a look. Have we got this right? We needed to upgrade. That was the only thing. So we can go for a standard one. We don't even need the mod. We go right there. That's 9,200. Back. And then we go into the forestry equipment. We want to upgrade with this one as well. We can't do this with just the standard wheels. You'd have to have those big off-road wheels. It wouldn't do it without it. So 9,200. That makes 35,800. We're short just a tiny bit. We need one more tree. Because all we need is one more piece of timber, which, well, one more load, I suppose. We could go and get another couple bits. We'll leave a load of the timber there, and we'll use that on our next approach when we first use the autoload trailer. I'd like to be able to do that, so we'll go and we'll collect up probably 3 logs, maybe. Probably, maybe, possibly 3. And we'll leave the rest lying on the ground. We'll have to chop down a load more trees at the beginning of the next episode. It's not going to hurt to, you know, chop down a few more. Yeah, well, we definitely want to chop down a few more trees because we don't have enough on the ground here. Right, I stopped right there. And, oh no, it's already on there. And I will go to you right there. And you right there. You over to there. And I go on to that one. And that's going to go on to that one up there, which is got a long piece. Yes, that's right. And then that narrower piece over there. That's fine. You know what? I have a plan. So I'll put another one on there. And another one on there. Right, so that's most of the timber. There is still a piece that's left. There's actually one single piece of timber left on this. That's fine. I don't mind about that. I'm going to just drag this along like this. Go to number 3, like that. And I'll drag that lot in. So I'm working that winch as I drive along, which I definitely shouldn't be doing. That's not the way to use this thing. That's all dragged up like that. And now if you look in the distance, once the draw stuff, you know, all the grass like disappeared off your view, there was one log I seen that was left behind. That was it. That was all we had left. And now we've got all of this lot coming. Ooh, I've got to stop pressing forward while I'm doing this. That's working really well. That's dragging along. We've got a load of them at the back. We know we're going to have a load of them at the back. They can stay there. They keep going. Right at the back, all back of the bus and stuff. And the rest of them will come through. So as soon as I've sold these, that is all we're going to do in this episode. In our next episode, we will go up and we will get our auto-load timber runner. And hopefully one more little thing besides. If you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give me a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. The weekly question for this week. Do you want me to spend $10,000 on a regular sell point? Now, that's the first time that we've ever had that happen. Do you want me to spend $10,000 on a regular universal sell point, or would you rather I spent $100,000 on a much more expensive universal sell point? Hang on. I'm trying to do two things at once. Mainly, I'm trying to think, and I'm trying to do this. So, well, we're gonna have to do this in 2 lots at once because it's gotten hung up. So we're not gonna be able to do it how we would normally. So I will go onto there and there and there and there like that. I'll take these up first. There, and then we'll come back and we'll get the other 4. We'll get the other 4 in the next episode. Yeah, do you want me to spend $10,000 on a universal sell point and just have it to sell stuff? Or do you want me to spend $100,000 upgrading it with some storage so that we can wait for the optimal times to be selling things and stuff like that and get a better price, which would be the 150% sell point? So it's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And, of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. There's another $1,600. The last thing that well, not the last thing, we'll just drive down here. The first thing we'll be doing in our next episode is selling these other bits of timber. And then we are heading off to the shop. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.